What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to an interesting question on the board that says that find the values of a and b given that a plus b is equal to 1 and ab is equal to 1. Well, we can name these equations. We can say let this be equation 1 and let this be equation 2. Now, from equation 1, that's what we're going to be starting from. We're going to be making b the subject by moving a to the right hand side. So b now becomes 1, and as a crosses to the right, it becomes negative a. We can decide to name this. Let's just call this equation 3. So we can put equation 3 in equation 2. Now, equation 2, we have a times b to be equal to 1. So a times b, what is our b? From equation 3, b is equal to 1 minus a. So b is 1 minus a. And this is equal to 1. Very good. Now let's expand the left-hand side. A times 1 is a minus a times a is a squared. And this is equal to 1. Good. Now we're going to be moving everything to one side. So this is equal to, when I move negative a squared to the right, it becomes positive a squared. When I move a to the right, it becomes negative a. I've already got 1 on the right hand side, so I'm going to be writing plus 1. Now leaving 0 on the left hand side. Now we can decide to write this like this because it looks better when I write the whole of this on the left hand side. So let's just flip the equation. So we have a squared minus a plus 1 to be equal to 0. It is still the same thing. Now we can use the quadratic formula to solve this. Our a from here, let me just represent this by a bar to differentiate it from the original a that we're looking for. A is 1, our b is negative 1, and our c is 1. And the quadratic formula that we're going to be using is a is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now let's substitute into our quadratic formula. Now on substituting, we have a to be equal to negative b is negative 1, so I'm going to be putting negative 1 inside a parenthesis representing b, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that will be negative 1 squared, minus 4 times a is 1, times c is also 1, all over 2 times a, that will be 2 times 1. So this simplifies to become a equal to negative times negative 1 gives positive 1, plus or minus the square root of, now negative 1 squared is positive 1, minus 4 times 1 is 4, all over 2 times 1, that will be 2. So this simplifies to give a equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 is negative 3, all over 2. Good. Now this becomes a equal to 1 plus or minus. Now the square root of negative 3 is I root 3. Good. A complex number, all over 2. Now there are two values of a from here. A is equal to 1 plus I root 3 over 2, or a is equal to 1 minus I root 3 all over 2. Now we're going to be using this value of a to get the value of b. Now recall what we said about b, which is from equation 3. From equation 3, our b is equal to 1 minus a, right? So we're going to be substituting here to get the value of b. So b is equal to 1 minus a. What is our a? Our a is 1 plus or minus I root 3 all over 2. Very good. Now, we can make this a fraction by putting all over 1 here. Good. Now, notice that the denominator here is 2. We can also make the denominator here 2. When I multiply 1 by 2, here will be 2. Very good. So b now becomes, now when I multiply the denominator, 1 times 2, that gives 2. And whatever I use to multiply the denominator here, I must also use to multiply the numerator. So 2 times 1 is also 2. Good, to balance things up. Minus, here we have 1 plus or minus I root 3 all over 2. Very good. So this simplifies into b equal to, now we have common denominators, so we're going to be writing that down, which is 2. So now write the numerators, 2 minus 1 plus or minus I root 3. Very good. Now let's open up the bracket. So b now becomes 2. Negative times 1 is negative 1. Negatives times positive is negative. Negative times negative is positive I root 3. Very good. All over 2. And then finally, the value of b would then be 2 minus 1 is 1 minus or plus I root 3 all over 2. So these are the two values of b. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.